Okay. On Friday, a little bit about the ellipse. So let's review that just a tad. Okay, please, 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 please. Okay, this is an ellipse. Do you recognize it as such?
Yes.
Where is its center?
Its center is origin.
Yep. Now, the very next problem I do, we're going to move it off the origin. But everything stays exactly the same. What are you doing at the door?
Ready. He's got his ellipse glasses on.
So this line right here tells me to move back and forth 3. And that 6 tells me to move up and down, 36 tells me to move up and down 6. Is everybody okay with that? So we can connect our dots, and there's our ellipse. How long is our major axis?
12.
12. How long is our minor axis?
6.
6. Your focus points, oh, I got to define ellipse, yeah. Your focus points are always on the major axis. I don't have any idea where, I just know they're on there somewhere, right? Now, does anybody remember how we find the distance from the center to the focus? We subtract. So it would be 36 minus 9, and we take the square root of that. So that would be the square root of 27 or 3 root 3. Now that's the distance from the center to the focus. So we're going to go up 3 root 3. So what would be the coordinates of that point if we go up 3 root 3?
0.
0, 3 root 3. And then this one would be 0, negative 3 root 3. Every conic section has associated with it a constant called eccentricity. For an ellipse, we can calculate the eccentricity. It's just a fraction, it's just a number. We can calculate it. It would be 3 root 3 over 6. Now that does reduce, so I'll go ahead and reduce it. But 3 root 3 over 6. Any idea how I found that eccentricity? Looking at the problem.
Yes.
How do you think I did that? Well, what's the 3 root 3? That's pretty obvious.
Focus.
That's the distance from the center of the focus. So that's this distance right here.
Divided by the minimum.
6? This is 6, isn't it? So when you find the eccentricity of an ellipse, you're going from the center to the focus, and you're dividing that by center to vertex. What can you tell me about that fraction then? If it's always calculated by taking this distance over this distance, what can you tell me about the size of it?
It's going to have to be in a fraction.
It's going to be a fraction less than 1. Because won't this distance always be less than this distance? So what do we know about the eccentricity of an ellipse? It's always less than 1. All right, let's take a look at this equation. Now, do you recognize that that is still an ellipse? It's the same structure as this equation, it just got some stuff added up there. What do you think that does?
Moves it off the origin.
Off the origin. Where do you think the center of this one is?
1,
At
-2.
1, -2, you're exactly right. Now, everything we did is exactly the same. So what does this 16 tell me?
You're gonna go horizontally 4.
Horizontally 4. So now we're starting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the point -3, -2. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the point 5, -2. Remember, you can use graph paper if you want. Now, what does this 9 tell me? So 1, 2, 3, this would be 1, 1. And 1, 2, 3, this would be 1, -5.
It's an I. No?
How long is your major axis?
8.
8. And your minor is
6.
good? Where are my foci?
On the horizontal.
Well, they're gonna be here someplace, right? Always on the major axis. We need to know this distance right here. Center to focus. Tell me how far it is from the center to the focus. Square root of 7. 16 minus 9?
Good job.
Now, be careful. You're going to start here and go forward root 7. So what will be the coordinates of that point? If you start here, you go forward root 7. 1 plus root 7, comma -2. And what will be the coordinates of this one? 1 minus root 7, comma, -2. You have to leave it like that. What else are you going to do with it? What's the eccentricity of this ellipse? Root 7 over 4. Somebody said it. Root 7 over 4. How do we find the eccentricity? Center to focus over center to vertex. Well, that wasn't too bad. Let's try this. Annabelle?
Wait, can you tell me about that focus again? Are you taking?
We start at the center and we add root 7. We found the distance from the center to the focus to be root 7. You subtract the denominators and take the square root. So I start here and add root 7 and subtract root 7. What if the equation isn't already in standard form for you? How do you know this isn't the equation of a parabola?
Because there's
There's 2 squares.
Yeah.
Well, your job is to make that equation look like this one. What are we gonna have to do to make that happen? We're gonna have to complete the square. Okay, we're gonna complete the square. Now, let's put these 2 together, they're the x's, and I'm gonna factor out my 4. So I'm taking my x terms, and I pulled out a 4. And then I'll do my y's. Now pull out a 9. And I'm going to add that negative, I'm going to move this guy over to the other side. All right, here we go. What's going to complete the square right here? 1. Half of 2 is 1, squared is 1. Be careful though, that 1 is actually being times by 4. So when I add it over here, I'm going to add 4. Remember that from last year? Same thing here. Completing the square puts a 4 here. But that's not really a 4, that's really a 36. Madeline, following along? Now I erased it, but that last problem we didn't quite look like this.
Just divide by 36.
Divide by 36, because I want to have my equation set equal to 1. So I have x minus 1 squared over 9, y plus 2 squared over 4 equal 1.
There's a 4 and a 9.
Now, would you with your partner see if you can find the center, the vertices, the foci, the length of the major axis, the minor axis, and the eccentricity for this ellipse right here that we just put in standard form? Will you and your neighbor see if you can do that?
Find some rocks. This is 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the second part, or not this part, but the one right above it, can you just, because like, you know, multiplication, can you just divide by 9 and then divide by 4 and not have that 36 underneath it? Like can you bring,
These cancel.
what I'm saying, but can't you just, divide the 36 over there by 9 and then divide the 4 over there and you'd have 1 and none of the fractions?
I don't know why you would want to do that.
So I didn't have that 9 and the 4.
No.
You want the 9, you want the 9 and 4, because that's the formula.
So tell me what you want to do, Mr. Harvey?
Well, I was just saying, because like the 4 and the 9 are both outside, it's multiplication. Can't you just divide them to 36?
So what do you want to divide by?
4 over to, oh crap, good, we're Gucci. We're cool. I understand now.
Honestly, man, can you like stop?
I remember when I used to
Square root of 5 equals 2. Negative square root of 5, negative 3.
Wait.
Don't like that. I really don't like that. I didn't know who threw it at me.
Okay. That's assumption, no?
No, it's not.
All I do is love.
Okay,
Banana butt.
how do we compare?
Just can't stop looking at that booty.
Got my vertices out here. My foci are in here. My eccentricity. My major axis is 6. My minor is 4. Anybody have a question about that? Okay, I want you to put one more in standard form and then you can have some treats. You should practice getting one more in the standard form.
You didn't see that.
Trust me.
No, this is about these.
What did they say?
They unlock things.
I heard that. True.
I heard that you can keep.
Oh, yeah.
I think he said he was going to key with them, but at first I thought you said I could key your guy.
I definitely heard the P.
Pretty sure I heard.
When did you start spitting fire?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, let's get this in the standard form. Don't sit there, you're not on vacation.
Savage.
Almost so.
Oh,
Yeah, speed 15.
What are you doing? We're putting this in standard form, and that's X and Y on the same side, right?
Basically the same thing that we did before.
That, oh, yeah. What are you waiting for? Love me.
Carrie, would you get a pencil and paper out, put this thing in standard form, please?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's not mine.
What are you waiting for? Everyone's saying.
Wait, what's mine?
What's 16? Which one is it? 225.
Never mind.
So it's really.
Big booty.
And then it's. Take 25. So it's 6 of it.
Okay, did you get this in standard form?
1 second.
What did it look like? X plus 2?
Equals 1.
1 minus 3?
Yes, 25, 4.
Everybody okay with that?
I was the dance program.
Okay. You have an assignment tonight that's in your book, so you can begin working on that, and you'll enjoy your treats over there. There are napkins and forks and spoons and plates. There's also some cutting utensils on the end of the bench down here. Tell me what your treats are. So go.